Hey guys, it's Eliza, and I'm reporting for Koaster Kids at Knoebels. So this week I'm on a coaster trip, sort of going northeast, and the first park on our trip was Knoebels. I've wanted to go to this park for a while. I'm pretty excited. It's a different type of park. It's really unique. It's like a carnival. I've never really been to anything like this before. It's sort of just in the middle of a forest in a campground. For example, right now we're on a skyway and it's just like a ski lift, and it has a different like atmosphere than other parks, and I think it's pretty cool.
What's that coaster in the distance?
Something really interesting about this park is that food stands are actually shaped like what they're selling there. So this is where Knoebels flooded last week, but they've recovered from that and everything is up and running smoothly now. So another thing that I didn't mention before that I thought was pretty cool about Knoebels is that as a child, my mom and my aunt went to a fair, and it's a fair that I go to now. It's always just sort of been a family tradition to go there every year. And a lot of the rides that are here at Knoebels were rides that were at that fair when she was a kid, so it was sort of nostalgia. It was cool.
Please secure all loose
So I feel like that was a ride that had a lot of potential, but it was just user error. We couldn't really figure out how to do it. We did it wrong. We spun once and then we couldn't keep spinning, so we sort of were just rocking the whole time. I think it could be a lot of fun if you do it right, but we didn't do it right. So also it was a little bit pricey for what we got out of it. It was my first time ever doing a ride like that, so I guess that was cool. I got the experience, but other than that, I really wouldn't do it again. So Knoebels doesn't have a water park, but it actually just has a huge pool, which is pretty cool and pretty interesting. And it's really crowded today, but it's also super hot. So on a hot day, this would be a really good way to cool off. Okay, so I just rode the flyers, and I rode those specifically because Taylor from Koaster Studios said that they were the best flyers he'd ever ridden. And I would agree with that. Those things were pretty crazy. Like, you could whip them, you are like flying all around, but they are scary because what happens is that the wires that are hanging, like they'll start, if you get the momentum, they'll start to go slack, so you'll be like bouncing. So it's pretty crazy, it's pretty scary. And I am still shook, but I would probably rate that 5 streams just because of the way that it's so, like, you feel so exposed. It feels like and you're like, all the air hits you, you're going everywhere. It's a pretty crazy ride experience. So I'm about to get on my first credit since I've been here at Knoebels, and it is Flying Turns, the world's only wooden alpine coaster. So I'm pretty excited for that. I've never actually been on an alpine. I've never even actually been on an alpine coaster before. Besides at Disneyland, but I was very small and scared and I don't remember it. So I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be interesting. We just got off Flying Turns. I thought it was a good ride. It wasn't intense, but it was different, unique, and I thought it was enjoyable. I'd give it a good 3 screams. And in line behind us were a couple of Koaster Kids, so why don't you introduce yourself and say what you thought about the ride?
I'm Allie. I'm from Dorney Park. I give it a scream rating of 3.
Anyway, yes.
I'm Zach, also from Dorney Park, and I actually give that a 2, but you might need an altitude adjustment for that.
Hi, my name is John Delaney, Dorney Park. Well, I didn't think it was intense. I did think it was quite fun. I did enjoy the old-timey feel of it, and it's a very good ride for first-time coaster riders. So, yeah, screen rating of 2. Very good. Loved it. Anyway, take it.
Thanks. Back row on Phoenix. It's my first time. Okay, so I just rode the Phoenix, and that was insane. So first of all, you don't have a seatbelt, so you just have a lap bar, and it's like at least 6 inches above your lap. And so when you go over all that airtime, you are just flying out of your seat. Like, I was practically standing. It felt so... I can't explain it. It was just like up, down, so much airtime, all packed in. You feel like you're gonna die, but you don't die, and that's the important thing. So I forgot to say this in the last clip, but Phoenix, I would give it a 5 on the Logan's Game scale. Very intense. If you're familiar with Knoebels, then you know that it's actually free to get in the park, and instead of paying for an admission price, you pay for tickets that you use to get on the rides. And this is nice because if you know that you're not going to ride that much, then you only have to pay for the amount of tickets that you need to get on those rides. And this is also great if you have non-riders with you. They don't really have to pay anything. And this is very unique. It's sort of special to Knoebels. You don't really see it in many other places. So I just got off of Black Diamond Mining Company, and I thought it was okay. It was an interesting experience. I think it was made for kids a little bit younger than me. It just sort of got a little boring because I think the point of it is to be scary, and it didn't really scare me. I thought it was an interesting experience. It was a good dark ride. It didn't really excite me that much. I expected more from it than I got, so I would give it 1 screen. So I just got off the carousel, and I thought that was really cool. I think that's the best carousel I've ever ridden. The brass rings, it sort of added like a game to it. It made it a little fun. Just in case you're wondering, I got 7 rings out of the 8 times that I went around and was able to get rings. But then when I threw them in the lion's mouth, I missed all of them. So, but I thought that it was really enjoyable. I think it was cool, it was, vintage, and it's just a nice thing to have in the park. Interesting. A dog. Exactly like the Cedar Point. Knoebels has a lot of just like cool, interesting stuff, and we just went in the Carousel Museum, which was super interesting. It just had a bunch of carousel horses, and it was cool because you could sort of see the evolution, like when it was sort of just starting with the more primitive horses, now to the like detailed, really just beautiful like pieces of art that they are. And it's just, Knoebels has all of this type of stuff like around, just like fun stuff that you don't really find at other parks, you know, because it's sort of like, I don't know, they add that extra level of like caring like about your experience.
So we just got the Knoebels famous banana split.
Well, we're gonna give our review of this ice cream. What do you think, Ryan?
I love it. I love hard ice cream. And it's been a long time since I've had a banana split.
I haven't had all the flavors yet. I've just had chocolate. This is pretty good. I don't think I've ever really had a real banana split before, but the chocolate is just very rich, creamy, really good.
I would give it 4 ice creams.
I see everything. Another example of a cool food stand shaped like what it's selling. So we're about to get on Haunted Mansion. I don't really know much about this ride, but I know that it's a terrifying adventure in darkness, so I don't really think there's anything else I need to know. Let's go. I just want to get my $3 hat
We were just about to get on.
Okay, so I just rode Haunted Mansion. It was an interesting experience. It was sort of just like a low-budget Disney Haunted Mansion.
I heard us go wrong.
It wasn't really scary. It was sort of annoying in some spots because it was just really loud. I don't really know what else to say about it. It was okay. I think I even liked it better than Black Diamond, but I give it 2 screams. At first, I wanted to ride this drop tower because I saw a post from Theme Park Crazy that said, "Don't be fooled by its size. Stratosphere at Knoebels is actually like really intense. It's a really good drop tower." And you know, obviously, based on its size, it sort of looks like something that would be at a fair. Knoebels is a lot like a fair, but it's not like super huge. But that is very intense. I actually liked it. It was super powerful. And so one thing I really liked is that you didn't really have time once you got to the top to think about it. You just got to the top and then you fell. And so I would rate that a 4.8 screams. I thought it was a really good time. So I just rode the Twister, and I think that is a very underrated coaster. I thought I should have heard more about it if it was that good, because I thought that was a pretty good ride the whole time. It didn't really slow down at any point. It was just like sort of pure fun. I feel like it should have a better, I should have known that it was good, like, I don't know. I would say I would rate that at a 4.5 screen. So I really enjoyed myself. This is so adorable. So I just rode Impulse, and I thought that was a really good ride. It was my first time doing a ride with a vertical lift hill, and I really liked it. It was smooth, the inversions were great, I was even getting some G's. It was a pretty good ride, and my only thing is that I got stapled really hard, and I didn't start stapled, but after the drop, it actually like self-stapled me. So that sort of was a little bit of a bummer. Also, it was hurting because I'm wearing a fanny pack, but I think overall, it's a good ride. I would rate it 4 screams. It's not that intense. So that was a pretty good kiddie ride. For the smallest coaster in the park, it was actually pretty intense. I was just really paranoid the whole time about losing my hat. I don't know if you could see it on the video, but at like the first drop, it sort of like came off my head, and I like did this, and then I was holding on to it for the rest of the time. I think it's a really good starter coaster, but overall I would rate it like 1.9 screams. Okay, so we're finishing up our day here at Knoebels. We fit a lot in considering that we weren't here for the whole day, but there was also a lot that I wanted to do that I didn't get to. So it's a park that you could spend a whole day at or just half a day at. But it's a great family park. I think there was something for everybody, and I think it's probably the most interesting park I've ever been to. This is Eliza reporting for Koaster Kids, and remember to be brave and ride on.